And a very good evening, everybody. As one of the youngest captains in the Winfield Cup, if not the youngest, Brad Fittler takes them out. The Penrith Panthers, his name will be in the origin side, obviously, tonight. Many changes to the Panthers. Alexander goes back to fullback, Matt Adamson to the wing. And Jason Liddon and Darren Brown come into the second row with Jody Gall to lock. The Steelers, their away record doesn't read all that brilliant. Today they're trying to get it right, no doubt. John Cross, the young second rower, and their team unchanged from last weekend. David Manson, the man in charge. Beautiful day here at the base of the mountains. Illawarra running from right to left. Simon starts for us and Freeman sends Adamson back. He burrows through the line of defence that met him. And the sound of the whistle against the defenders. Fritz was one of them. I suppose even at this late stage with that fullback position under some scrutiny, he could come from left field, could he not, with a big game here today. Fittler. Farah. Freeman. Alexander. Heavens above, he's in everything. Now, Singh. 35 out from the line.
It was a good tackle from Andrew Farah. Great take by Singh, but Farah had some clean up to do. Gary Freeman spins, finds Girdler, but again, good defence that time from Johnson.
Girdler playing against his old club. Freeman, Alexander, grubbing kick, Liddon chases, look at Adamson, he'll get the bounce, Adamson, no he doesn't. But oh, was it close? Jody Rudd.
Plan move there from Penrith. Well timed the run from Adamson. The Steelers again looking to get it out of their own territory. No doubt he was onside. You see the winger well in field. Just the bounce didn't favour.
Cross. Fittler and Gall closing the gap. Now Fritz. Big forwards. Grinding it out. Pinchinelli. 41 metres out from his own line. Callaway's the dummy half. He's in the number 9 these days in place of Joe Thomas. Farah kicks. And Alexander in attack. He's up at first receiver, second receiver, and then when it comes time for defence, he's back at full back.
And that's exactly what the Steelers need to do. If they put the kick down to Alexander, they must have a straight line. One of the best ball runners in general play. If he's got any room down there, he will hurt them. They had a great line there.
Graham Mackay. Freeman, oh, gee. Swatted him like a fly and hurt him.
Well, one of the great defenders front on is Peter Johnson, and that's really shaken up Gary Freeman. That's not his job, hitting the ball forward, that part of the ruck area.
Well, his head looks like he's copped the top of Johnston's head. Yeah, the top of that big noggin of Johnston's has got Freeman flush on the jaw. And Gary's leaving the field. All I can say to you is it must have hurt, because Freeman very seldom leaves the paddock. Play by Walker. Farah keeps it low. And David Riolo, one of the real crowd pleasers of the game. We haven't done an Illawarra match for quite some time, but David was one of the stars of the Tooheys Challenge series. Jody Rudd. 18 is getting ready to come on. I think that's a fellow called Toga, something like that. the, I think, Fijians, Lee Nalagalagi, and also this fella.
Kui Toga.
Craig Simon, a little handoff for Johnston. The Steelers with a chance here. Penrith just reassembling after the loss of Freeman. Cross. Just watching Gary Freeman. He's sitting down on the bench, giving the appearance that he'll be back. Simon. Callaway. Fritz. He knows a big game today will go a long way to putting him in that origin side for the Maroons. McGregor. That was touched by Penrith. Manson hasn't read it that way. Cross keeps it low. Wishart chases. Adamson's there. I'm almost certain a Penrith hand got in contact with that last chance.
Gary Freeman coming back into the fray. He spent long on the sidelines. Very tough competitor. Now Penrith look to get outside their own 20-metre area, which they do on the second ruck.
Walker. Penrith lying in 5th position currently. Steelers down in, I think, around about the middle of the table. Riolo. This is Jody Rudd.
Well, it's incredible having a look at those figures there. 5th for Penrith, 11th for Illawarra, but the Steelers have a better for and against record as McGregor gets on the outside, throws the bad pass, picked up by Mackay. A mistake there from the State of Origin centre. Those stats show there's very little between these two sides in their try-scoring and try-stopping ability.
This is Darren Brown with the ball. Darren, of course, in the middle of all that western suburbs turbulence. Former Rabbitoh. Fittler. Darren's only been with the club a few weeks, and Phil Gould has slotted him in very quickly to first grade. Jason Liddon, likewise a former Magpie. Danny Farrell. Gary Freeman. Greg Alexander. Run around for Freeman, and then Girdler went without it. Johnston picks it up. Away goes the pass to McGregor, was forward. Well, he only had to pass in the orthodox fashion, and he's given the forward pass, and they would have been down the other end of the park.
He's worked hard, Peter Johnston, on his ball skills, but this is a very poor pass. As you say, Ray, just had to throw the simple orthodox one back inside, not the over the top. And a good decision there by the touch judge as well. I think he gave some support to the referee.
Beautiful day here. Not a cloud in the sky. Quite warm, in fact. Mackay is tackled just into Illawarra's area. Centre of the field. Brown once more. Freeman. Fittler now. Getting amongst the spoils, and Alexander folds out one. Matt Singh giving it back for Alexander.
Great tackle, Rod Wishart on Matt Singh. Read it beautifully. Penrith keep the ball alive, and there's another big hit on Freeman. Just watch this tackle there. Great work. And Singh got the ball away.
Chance here for the Panthers. Brown's pass went backwards. It should be play on. Adamson gets it down. That's a try for mine. The ball went backwards when Darren Brown was tackled. It's a try.
Excellent work from Matt Adamson, realising he needed to put the boot to ball as the play started. Darren Brown, perfect play there. The flick out the back, it's gone backwards. And Matt Adamson, realising he didn't have time to stop and pick it up, put it along the ground and got the good bounce. But have a look at this front on. Beautiful work here from Darren Brown. He is a skillful player. A little kick over the top, catches it on the full. There wasn't much room in behind the line. Slipped one out the back. Wasn't a real percentage play, but in the end, it's come up trumps. 4 points to Adamson.
And it's way offline, so the Penrith kicking record doesn't improve. But the scoreboard is okay. They lead 4-0. 4-0 the Panthers over the Steelers. David Manson, I think, got a good call from a touch judge when Darren Brown dropped that ball. Manson was about to blow it up, I'm sure. Simon starts again for the Steelers, and Freeman looks around for the try scorer. That would probably be Adamson's 5th or 6th hit up in the game, which is quite high really for a winger. Jody Gore. Gilmeister.
Penrith coach Phil Gould not backward in giving his young chargers a chance. Young Gall, as Freeman tried to slip the pass behind the line. One of the under-21 players. We've seen Stephen Boss come up and have a run his first year at the club. They've all done very, very well in the top grade. Riolo gets the good bounce on his own 20-metre line, faced by 3 defenders. Pretty strong defence there from Alexander and Freeman.
Simon. Lower grades. A draw down in President's Cup. Penrith big winners in reserve grade. Fritz now. He got the ball exactly when he wanted it. Got that big frame, mobile, and got the ball precisely when he wanted it from Dean Callaway. Grubbing kick through by Farrell. Wishart! Wishart has tripped over one of his own players. McGregor's coming quickly, but Adamson's there. Wishart was going to be very hard to stop. He tripped over one of his own players, Rod.
He was on the fly, Wishart. First try from Penrith from the kick. Illawarra nearly answered in kind. That one through.
Kick. And there goes Wishart. A bold prediction, but I tell you what, I think he would have really scored, Wishart. Freeman. Alexander away for Fittler, and then they cut out Brown. Matt Singer's waving his hands. Come inside, he's saying. And Matt Adamson did, but a little bit too late.
A touch of inexperience there from Matt Singh. Should have thrown the football earlier. Good work here from Penrith to create something on their own line. The cut-out pass was a good one. Singh really had to get the ball back inside earlier than that.
You're looking for a pocket, Steve Renoff. That's him in the number 4 jumper for Penrith. Farah breaking from the scrum. That allows Simon to fold out and make an extra man in the back line. It's a nice play. It takes them to the centre of the ground, 2 on 1 tackle. Johnston upended and put away. 18 metres out on the second. Pinginelli wants it to the defence line. He might have passed a touch early. Fritz is put down. Now they're 9 metres out from the line. And a chance for the Steelers to come level. John Simon out for Andrew Farah. Dances off the left foot and tries to straighten. Gets away! Oh, Farah! Farah goes in for a soft try. Who let him go? 74%, so he's right up there. That's a percentage that's equal to, Jason Taylor. Touch better, in fact. Right in front, and he doesn't miss them either. The man will be probably doing the kick. Alexander's restart carried back by Fritz.
And very strong, Darren Fritz. And amazing how many times in the game of rugby league you're really hurt by making mistakes. That's what we saw Penrith do before that last try from Andrew Farah. Running the ball, they showed flair from their own line. Unfortunately, early in the tackle count, Singh was taken over the sideline and Illawarra scored within the next set of 6. This has been a very good set of 6 here. Callaway to halfway.
Oh, here's a pass that went horribly astray. Eventually it's cleaned up by Andrew Farah. Last tackle coming up. Simon driving it down the ground. And another mistake by the Panthers. Scooped up quickly away to Wishart. Wishart driven into the ground by Girdler. Manson gives a penalty to the Steelers.
Well, Penrith might be happy to just give away 2 points, but no, they've taken the quick tap. Simon.
Pincinelli's with it now. They just have to catch and pass. There's the try. Scored by Jody Rudd. Ambitiously comes back in field.
Well, very simple stuff from Illawarra. They just took advantage of the poor mistake from Matt Adamson, throwing the pass to a player that was going nowhere and under as much pressure as himself. Alexander had no chance of catching this. Now, Mackay came up with a great tackle on Wishart. From that, the penalty was awarded. And just perfect execution here. Penrith, no chance to reform in attack, in defence. David Riolo comes in from fullback. Now, Rudd should never have been allowed to run this far around to improve the position.
1 from 1. This is not difficult. And another 2 points to the men in red. The Steelers leading 12-4 at the Penrith Stadium. Owie Nichols here at the ground today. His Tigers playing last night. And look at Big Fritz. Good defence met him.
He's pumped up, isn't he?
He certainly is, Pete. I was going to make the comment to you. Everything was sailing along nicely for Penrith, and all of a sudden the wheels have fallen off.
Phil Gould has taken no time in putting some replacements on. There's Matt Adamson getting the phone call. Mistake made by Illawarra. Kui Tonga is on the wing, and Phil Adamson comes into the forward pack.
Talking of this man, Kui Tonga, that's him playing it. I hope your pronunciation's right, Sterlo. I'll run with you. What is it? United we stand, divided we fall.
We've done some of that, Ray.
Walker using Phil Adamson. Class act, this kid. Freeman. Alexander. Fittler. Matt Singh. Matthew Singh for the corner. He'll get up and score. Good boy. He didn't go to sleep on it. The tackle wasn't secured. Got up and pounced over the line. Look at that young face on him. No sign of emotion. And that's rugby league, though.
Yeah, just have a look at the speed of this kid. Getting on the outside. That's good pace. I think that's Rodwell. He's beaten for speed. That's not an easy task. And then kept his head just to get up and put the ball over the line. They've hit back straight away, Penrith. That's beautiful work. Straight through Rudd's tackle, but he did have too much pace for Rodwell. Got the ball down the corner.
Here he comes. This looks okay. No, it's just wide. 12-8. The Steelers over the Panthers. Crowd of around probably 10,000 here at the stadium at Penrith. I would imagine Panthers officialdom would be disappointed with the size of some of their crowds this year.
Well, they've had the opportunity to watch plenty of points scored in this game to date. 4 tries already. And most importantly, 3 of those, the last 3, have all been scored as a result of mistakes by the attacking side while they're working out of their own territory.
Peter Johnston, the offender, and he's wounded.
This looks like a blood bin. It's incredible, isn't it, after 9 rounds, 2 draws.
For the Steelers, yeah. Alexander.
Peter Johnson has left the field for the Illawarra team. David Walsh.
His involvement today has been absolutely superb. And the Steelers are probably finding it a bit hard to defend against. They're not quite sure who's going to get it, Alexander or Fittler or the other way round. What's Freeman going to do? It's a lovely latitude to have, isn't it? 3 names like that, and it doesn't matter which one is first up, really.
And I think that's the point I was trying to make on Friday night with North Sydney, that Jason Taylor, oh, that's forward.
Well, he let it go. Phil Adamson has tackled just inside the 20-metre line. We'll come back to that from you. Greg Alexander floats it out for Brad Fittler. Oh, the horse has bolted. Look at the big fellow go in. Fittler behind the uprights. The Panthers fans, they go up. Oh, beautiful stuff. Alexander's face ball to Fittler. Precise. 12 all.
It seems that if you're in your opponent's 20-metre line, it's almost mandatory to score. That's a mile forward. Should have been pulled up there and should have been pulled up by the touch judge, if not the referee. But they played on, they lucks of fortune, and Alexander's ball caught out the defence. They were staggered. That was the problem with the Steelers' defence. Brett Rodwell was back behind the first defender who was caught out. You'll see it here. That's Craig Simon. Craig Simon's, he's up in the line. Rodwell is back. Fittler only needs half a chance, brushes straight through Riolo's tackle. This should put them in front for a conversion.
The size of this bloke. Can we get a longer shot of this bloke? Fair dinkum. He's 21. He's the captain. And they say he's a 5'8" or centre. Come lock forward, he'll finish up in the front row, Brad. Alexander gets his easiest assignment for the day. The Panthers come back to lead. 14-12.
Illawarra 12.
Illawarra, their turn to get us going in what is turning out to be a very entertaining game. 3 tries to 2, 5 tries, and we're not anywhere near half-time yet. Danny Farah, Darren Brown, good ball. Freeman looks for young Matthew Singh. Ran into Brett Rodwell. Now Penrith should go left quickly. That's what they're doing. And Phil Adamson, like Goliath, charges onto it, brushes them away, gets it to a metre. Now they've got to come quick right. They're waving out in the bleachers for the ball. That's all they've got to do is get the ball. Alexander punctuates it, floats it for young Singh, but it's one-on-one. But Tonga, the Kui Tonga, he goes in to score.
You got it out well, Ray. The big try scorer across in the corner, but put it down to Craig Alexander's pass. Looked as though he may have wrecked the play by going back inside, but with his great evasive skills, able to assess the situation and still get the wide ball out. Great break made by Phil Adamson on the far side of the field. Started by this play here. Danny Farah, the short ball. Brett Rodwell, having a very poor game in defence. And the support play from Penrith, excellent. On the far side of the field, Phil Adamson continued that play on, played the ball. No doubt there was a try, and if they could get it out here, Alexander Shrew, the dummy, was able to put the little dipsy doodle on Craig Simon. And the pass to Singh onto Kui Tonga. Scores in the corner.
That left the boot well. Yes. Just took a little shaving of paint off the upright. 20-12. Entertainment supreme here. Have a look at this so-called knock-on. No doubt.
Knocked on. It means the last 2 Penrith tries should have been pulled up.
Simon restarts. Well, that's a shame because it was a great rugby league try. Referring back to the knock-on, the other hint in the try that I thought there might have been a shepherd when Alexander went back and seemed to use one of his own men.
Well, let's go back to the previous try as well, Ray. The Brad Fittler try. There's no doubt Greg Alexander threw it forward, passing that movement. There's a mistake made. It's Barry Walker knocking on 39 out from his own line.
Well, he must have got some help with the knock-on, according to the referee. Girdler playing it, and the penalty goes to Penrith. against Paul McGregor, who's not impressed. What a crazy game this is turning out to be. 6 tries. Penrith bolted away to a great start. Illawarra came back and hurt them, and they look to be in the ascendancy. And then Penrith have come back and gone rat-a-tat-tat and gone back to the lead. Mackay plays it. Walker hits it in behind to play the ball. It looks like it's coming again. Farah delivers for Gilmeister. Oh, Gilmeister! I thought he was going to score himself. Pinchinelli saves the day. What would Fatty call this? A triathlon. McGregor's away. Wishart's with him. McGregor won't give the pass. Now he does. Wishart floats it back in. McGregor goes for the corner. Back to Wishart. Wishart, he gets the try.
Oh, and it's a classic. Have a look at the strength there of Paul McGregor and the interplay with Rod Wishart. That is a great try. The length of the field almost. Ordinary defence here from Penrith. Just a grab there from Barry Walker. And what about the size of this man? Pushes off Farah. Now he's holding his pass. Alexander is trying to position himself. Did a good job, Alexander. So too Takui Tonga here. They didn't wrap the ball up and Wishart stayed alive.
Wishart from an acute angle. Look at it. Has it the length? No! What a shame for him. But what a heck of a ball game here. 2016 to the Panthers.
Okay, whose turn is it now? 2016, not long to go to half-time. The defences of both sides really have been found wanting on too many occasions to please either coach. It's not semi-final defence, that's for sure, as a high tackle there will result in an Illawarra penalty. They've still got time to put more points on. That's Steve Carter.
Well, everybody's putting their hand up. There's plenty of tries around. Steve Carter's on in 55. He played the first half of reserve grade. Fritz. Puts his head up pretty high, Darren Fritz. Might be wise just to tuck it in a bit. Callaway.
Pull his head in, right?
I'm not going to tell him to his face. Senator. I'm not going to tell him to his face. Senator.
You just called a big Blake Mary.
Pinchinelli.
Thought you were feeling brave.
Callaway. Simon. Blindside rush. Fritz is up there for another serving. Puts it down. Gilmeister's with it. Takui Tonga. Fritz. Walker. Farah. Freeman appealing for a penalty. Gilmeister. Comprehensive tackle by John Cross. Alexander's kick, splitting the fullback and the winger. Wishart it is, designated to bring it back, and Freeman did well. Wishart's not a slow coach. Riolo sends Jody Rudd back up the centre. They're 30 metres out. And Callaway for a couple of paces before John Cross. Simon. McGregor, young Craig Simon on his outside, floating up. Couldn't get a ball to him. Tell you what, these Simons are not necessarily the easiest fellows to identify. This is John. Grubbing kick with delicate precision. And Alexander's rounded up by Dean Callaway, who, or not only by him, but by John Simon as well. Dean Callaway has pinched the number 9 jumper off Joe Thomas. That's a good trick. Well done by Dean. Now,
Barry
blood
Walker.
bin.
A couple of cuts in this game. Barry Walker with a pretty nasty one over the right eye. Peter Johnson sustained the same injury for Illawarra.
Cal McNamara goes on to replace Barry Walker. That's Gall. 20 points to 16. Danny Farrer with his own jigsaw gets out of it.
And into the final half minute of this first half. It's going to be a penalty. And we'll just see Penrith kick the touch quickly. Maybe put the kick straight up.
A big roar from the crowd didn't go astray.
Well, there's an example of urgency overriding execution. Not that it's going to make much difference with Jody Rudd coming back in field. With 2 plays left in this first half, but Penrith would have liked to have had the ball down there for a couple.
Well, this man's performance in the first half hasn't gone unnoticed, I'm sure. The Queensland selectors will be here watching him. I'm talking of Darren Fritz as the ball floats along the red back line. Wishart kicks ahead for Dakui Tonga to go back and clean up. And now he's got to be cleaned up. The half-time siren has sounded. And what an incredible half of football. 7 tries. The Panthers leading 2016. At the break, there's more to come. Welcome back to Penrith Stadium. The second half of a strange match in many regards, I suppose is the best way to describe it. 20 points to 16 and 7 tries scored in the first half. Fritz has been strong all day, and that's him leading the charge now.
No wonder there were so many points scored in that first half, Ray. The most missed tackles and the most line breaks we've seen in any game of football this year. 31 missed tackles between the sides and 8 clean line breaks. They favoured Penrith 5-3. That's why they're in front on the scoreboard.
Penrith thought about upending Pinchinelli, and I think they thought better of it. Near the halfway for the last kick on the first set. Since half-time, Mackay and Alexander are back, and Alexander decides to use the big fellow. Dakui Tonga came on as a replacement for Matthew Adamson during the first half. Matthew made a very bad mistake, and it seems that he's going to be made to pay for it. Farrer out to the 30-metre line now for the Panthers.
So one good thing about Danny Farrer's play, a converted inside back, halfback to hooker, he really knows when to run and when the pass isn't on, and he's prepared to take the run himself. He's hurt himself in back play. As the ball goes back to Alexander, plenty of pressure coming through. That was from Nigel Roy, but he gets the kick in and splits the winger, finally taken by David Riolo.
Riolo slammed down by Darren Brown and also by Matthew Singh. And Jody Rudd, who got amongst the tries, is playing it now close to the halfway line. They bring it up through Peter Johnston. Brought off a tremendous tackle early on Gary Freeman that saw the Kiwi skipper leave the ground. Talking of the ground, that's where Freeman is now, riding Darren Fritz into it. Through from John Simon to Cross, and then for Riolo. Rodwell on the outside, but it's been a fairly quiet day for Brett Rodwell when you stop and think about his involvement. John Simon's kick high. Came off another one of the Steelers, and Manson will rule the turnover just outside the 20-metre line. Phil Adamson. Carter. Been on the injury list. And there he is, splitting through. Dakui Tonga loses the ball.
Steve Carter nearly creating something out of nothing here. Got a good pass away. Look at that. Beautiful skill from Steve Carter, but he's tripped over Kui Tonga, and out came the ball.
Cross. Purposeful set of 6 for Illawarra. John Simon, the grubber kick in behind to Kui Tonga. They're pumping away at his wing. Big Graham Mackay. Look at him go, the big fellow. 42 out from his own line. Freeman to dummy half. Alexander living in the back line. Wishart goes for the intercept.
And that's the danger of the long cutout pass. The chance of an intercept. Almost a double pump there, and Wishart fingertip.
He would have been under the post, Wishart. Freeman using Fittler. Darren Brown. That's Jason Liddon. The one thing about it, if you do happen to come up with an intercept the way Alexander's playing in his back line, there'll be no fullback. Carter. You'll notice that Freeman is getting into dummy half more and more in the makeup of this Penrith game plan, and it's allowing Alexander to roam around in his favourite position in the 7. Gilmeister, 30 metres out from the line, the last. Freeman, Alexander again, floating pass for Carter. Rodwell read it that time, and that's the turnover. 20-16.
This is a crucial stage of this game. They've been under a lot of pressure, Illawarra. Simply since the second half began, it's been all Penrith. We get the feeling that if Penrith put the next try on the board, the game might be out of Illawarra's reach. They're just hanging on and trying to reverse that tide against them.
Simon. Good pass across for Neil Pinchinelli. It's the head-to-head since the entry of Illawarra to the league. Penrith has the better of it. In fact, at Penrith Park, they've won 6-3. Simon cuts out Pinchinelli, picks up Nigel Roy. Last tackle now. Simon once more. Puts it in the air. He might have kicked a fraction early. Mackay comes down with it. Well, that's a very good piece of work by Graham Mackay, because he was under pressure, and I have a feeling that somebody grabbed one of his arms into the bargain. De Kui Tonga. Watch Graham Mackay here. Wishart contests it, and then one of Mackay's arms was taken away from him.
Yeah, too. But again, it was good work from the touch judge to tip to the referee as Illawarra try and do something from a mistake made by Penrith. Riolo tackled 20 metres out, but no line for the Steelers. They're looking a little tired.
Walsh, 15 from the line. Simon, floating pass. McGregor's going to have to do it himself. Oh, beautiful pass. John Simon working in traffic now. 8 metres away from the line. The Steelers trailing by 4. Callaway. Farah. Johnston, oh, Danny Farah. Hit him with a cruncher. He's built like a pygmy alongside Johnston. Here they go. Rodwell away. Riolo gets the try. 20 points all.
Great work from the outside backs from Illawarra, but the speed of the play of the ball from Peter Johnson after it been hit with a bell ringer from Danny Farah set the try up. Now he gets hit with a great shot here, Peter Johnson, but look how quickly he plays the football. He still gets up, and Penrith weren't able to get it out off their line. Pinchinelli, the cut-out pass, good short ball from John Cross, so too from Rodwell. De Kui Tonga staying out on his wing, and the high shot on Riolo was ineffective.
Wishart from the sideline, just wide. 20 points all.
Score remains locked together. Penrith Illawarra 20-all.
Alexander's kickoff straight down the centre of the ground and low. Pinchinelli, who played a part in the try, picked up by Gilmeister and Jason Liddon. Just trying to remember who it was in jumper number 40. It's not often you see Jason in a number that high, nor Steve Carter in 55. Johnston again picked off by Danny Farrer and Trevor Gilmeister. Pinchinelli works it out to the 35-metre point. John Simon, and that is Nigel Roy. The last for John Simon. Nice long torpedo punt, done with a minimum of effort, so it seems. Dakui Tonga. That's dangerous. He ran back around behind it and had a look up the field at the same time.
And the last two times that Dakui Tonga has touched the football, he stayed down hurt. I'd say we'll see a replacement shortly as Singh is cleaned up by Andrew Farrar, centre field. It's really lifted this side, Illawarra, that scoring that try to level the terms.
Darren Brown. $20 points all. Freeman switching the point of the attack. Oh, Peter Johnston waiting for him. And now a little bit of a disagreement.
It'll be interesting to see which way this one goes. Gary Freeman definitely wasn't happy about being hit by Peter Johnston again. Not the same amount of damage as there was first half. Both players somewhat to blame there. It's gone against Peter Johnston.
Well, he's been shadowing Gary Freeman all day. And Freeman knows it. Alexander finding the line. 45 out now from the Steelers' try line. 8-3 the penalties to Penrith. That wouldn't please Graham Murray. Mackay. McNamara is on. Gilmeister is off. Freeman. Across the face for Darren Brown. Then Phil Adamson. Magic ball. Matthew Singh. Gary Freeman will score. Phil Adamson. That was just a magic pass. You expect it from blokes like Beetson, O'Reilly, those sort of blokes. But this fellow has honed his skills at a young age.
You won't see a better pass than this. Great ball, much more selective in his throwing of these passes these days. And Singh, hasn't he got some speed? Great acceleration. Gary Freeman, surprising to see him backing up. And puts the ball down.
Just inside the 20-metre line and straight between the uprights. Penrith leading Illawarra 26-20. This is rugby league in the 90s. High scoring. It's the order of the day. Simon restarts as Illawarra make a change, and Darren Fritz goes back on for Peter Johnston. Carl McNamara, relatively fresh McNamara. Surprising to see Phil Gould use him so sparingly. Danny Farrar. Oh God, his performance has been good too. Carter. Matt Singh near the halfway line. Dakui Tonga is off. Matthew Adamson's back on. Walker crosses the halfway line. The Penrith crowd get behind their team now. Freeman, a loss here for Penrith, could see them out of the 5. At the moment, they lead by 6. Rioldo was taken in a strong tackle by Fittler. McNamara came over the top to ensure. Wishart. Watch this tackle. See the impact of the shoulder from Fittler. Piccinelli's lost it, and a penalty for raking the ball out. No, I think it was Jason Liddon. Andrew Farah wrestled down on the halfway. Watch it again. Jason Liddon underneath the old rib cage and driving. And a little bit more of it from Carl McNamara. Callaway, Simon, Cross, Riolo, then Rodwell. Rodwell gets it inside, supported by Rudd. Rudd gets it away for Cross. Cross gets over the line. I think it's a try. Watching the referee.
Well, Penrith are claiming that
it's a try,
but he's in.
John Cross scores in the left-hand extremity.
26-24, and great work again down the left-hand side of the field involving Brett Rodwell. Good support play from Cross. He's already been involved. Rodwell trying to get rid of Freeman. Gets the pass back inside. Rudd was there, pushed off Alexander. Adamson went low, and then John Cross, he's had to reach out. Penrith are saying that he was taken into touch by the tackle.
To level. In flight, it's online, and it's a goal! Incredible stuff. 26-26, and counting. What a game. What a game. 10 tries. Fritz, 12 out from his line.
Well, you talk about pressure. They don't come any better than that kick from Rod Wishart. Oh, David Walsh came up with a great take there. It'll now come down to mistakes as to who's going to win this game. You cannot afford to hand over possession in your own territory. One more, then we'll see John Simon kick the ball. You've got to play at the other end.
Wishart has tackled. An outstanding effort by the Illawarra winger today. Not just off the boot either. That penalty is dumb.
Well, Carl McNamara, the guilty party here, and they're trying to hold down. Yeah, just a little push at the end there was the telling one.
So, a fairly orthodox set of 6 for the men in red. Greg Alexander, red John Simon. Away. But John Cross has got exceptional speed for a second rower.
Great chase there from John Cross. The kick was ordinary. It didn't go deep enough. And handed over possession in too good a field position. I know it was only on the 20-metre line, but he had to be picking up from his goal line there. 32 out from their own line. 26-26. Everything is level. Tries are level, goals are level. And here they come, Penrith now, looking to put Greg Alexander in position again. The ball went to ground. Thought for a moment it may have been a knock-on, but this is the last. Darren Brown, they work the blind side. Carter supports, flicks it out. Freeman's with it. Freeman flicks it back for Brown, and Brown flicks the ball back. Alexander, he's got the ball now. Across the ground, Farah gets the pass over. It's Darren Brown. The ball goes backwards. Alexander, he kicks now in frustration. The ball goes inside the 20-metre line, and the Steelers come away. Riolo. Stepping. Last play there from Penrith, keeping the ball alive. 27 flick passes. Finally, Riolo picked up Alexander's kick, nearly going straight through. Illawarra players now on a bit of a roll. That's Simon up the middle.
45 metres out from the line.
And a couple of minutes left on the clock.
Now Paul McGregor comes into the attack. And a penalty, I think. No, he said play on. Simon for a long-range shot. He's very good at this caper, but it's wide.
Oh, he hit it well. Couple of minutes left. 26 all. It was the right time. You can see no Penrith chases up. It wasn't the last tackle, so the pressure wasn't exerted. Just wide.
Can one of these sides snatch victory? 26 all. The dying seconds of the game. Well, Graham Mackay.
What odds 3 draws in 10 competition games? Illawarra.
Darren Brown carries Brett Rodwell outside the 40. Freeman serves it up for McNamara. Farah. Alexander. Fittler. Big Phil Adamson outside him, but a good tackle by John Simon, exemplifying his strength. And then Alexander waits the kick down. It bounces up for David Riolo. Riolo, a tremendously talented open field runner. 28 metres out from the line. Dean Callaway. Rod Wishart comes in. Wishart tries to bust them. 30 metres out from the line. Again from Callaway. And David Walsh reaches the 40-metre line. Callaway supports. Wishart likewise. Nobody out to his right, so he goes back to the left. 42 metres out from his line. Inside the last couple of minutes. Callaway serves it up for Paul McGregor. Paul McGregor to the halfway mark. 26 all the score. Callaway. Walsh gallops up to the 40-metre line. Penrith's end of the paddock.
Where's John Simon?
Here it is again. John Simon, it doesn't get airborne. Graham Mackay has to go back urgently. Down the ground comes Callaway. They tackle the big fella, but he's back in the field of play.
Oh, great play. Maybe a match-saving play, that from Graham Mackay. Great chase from the 2 Illawarra players, led by Callaway, but he couldn't give possession back from the line dropout. A minute to go. Penrith in possession. 10 metres out from their own line. Already 3 tackles gone. That's 4. No,
Freeman. Across now for Brandy Alexander. Steve Carter's outside them. Oh, but Wishart was waiting for him. And that's hurt Carter. Wishart got him with a corker of the tackle. So they changed the point of the play the ball. McNamara back slammed into the ground. Farah, Alexander, tremendously exciting game. Riolo, he brings it back off the 40-metre line. Riolo almost getting through, but Jason Liddon hangs on.
Well, we've got 2 or 3 plays left. They've got to get into field goal range for Simon. Farah's done well. 2 more plays. Will he go this time, Simon, or wait one more? He's waited for the last.
Pincinelli now. Probing, trying to gain a couple of more metres for John Simon. Andrew Farah, he thought about it himself. 2 seconds on the clock. They've got to go for the shot now. Simon can't. Riolo goes for it, but it doesn't get off the ground. And it came off the feet of Penrith, and surely that must be full time. Manson, I don't think, has heard it. Now he has, surely. Full time in an incredible game. 26 all. Penrith and Illawarra in front of 10 3/4,000 fans. Well, what a game. What have we left to tell you other than the players are filing off, I would imagine absolutely exhausted. And the fans, of course, I don't think they can believe what they've just seen. But this is rugby league in the 90s style. I think since they went to the 10-metre defensive rule, tries are about 70% up. And this was a prime example of it.